I'm new to UAE. I reached only 1 month back. And tonight I'm going to share a few. So told me that only 10:15 I have to stop my talk. So we are running short of time. Anyway, I can see the exasperation on your face. Don't get upset. Very few states I have got. So I'm sure that you know what is COPD. But just like me, not in depth. See, it is projected that COPD is increasing all over the world. Why is it so? Because cigarette smoking is thought to be the number one cause for COPD. Then WHO estimates 1.1 billion smokers worldwide, increasing to 1.6 billion by 2025. And in 1920, COPD was about 12th in the position, whereas it is projected to be the third in 2020. So COPD, actually there are four words. One is what is he? It is chronic. Why it is chronic? Because we have no idea about it. Nowadays there is a chance for all the diseases to get in that scenario, that is chronicity. That means we are losing grips on the diseases. Then obstruction, or stands for obstruction. Is pulmonary, definitely affects the lung. Then that D is very important. Because it's very difficult to explain. Patients cannot explain it properly. Most of the COPD patients, they won't explain. Some say that I have some heaviness in my chest. Some say that I have fatigue and difficult to breathe. I can't climb properly. So there's a different sorts of presentations. Then it is difficult to diagnose also. It is said that it is always underdiagnosed. Then it is difficult to diagnose, then as well as difficult to explain. Then so cigarette smoking is thought to be the number one cause for COPD. So regarding the burden of COPD, most epidemiological studies found that COPD prevalence, morbidity, mortality increasing. Then the prevalence directly related to the prevalence of smoking. Apart from the smoking, other pollutants are also leading to COPD. Direct causes of COPD are substantial in developed countries, and while indirect was important in the developing countries. So what is the definition for COPD? There is an association called GOLD, that is a global initiation for obstructive lung disease definition. They are characterized by airflow limitation that is not fully reversible, and the airflow limitation is usually both progressive and associated with the abnormal inflammatory response of the lungs to noxious particles or gases. So that means this disease progress in a rapid manner. So what we can do is to prevent this progression. That's the only part that we are concerned. So we cannot have any cure for COPD. This definition does not include the term that chronic bronchitis and emphysema. Why is it so? Because if you take the definition of chronic bronchitis, so it is a symptomatic definition. Presence of cough and sputum for at least 3 months. I think most of us are having all these things. So this is a vague definition. Then emphysema. See, it is defined as a destruction of the alveoli. How can we say whether patient's alveoli getting damaged or not on examining the patient? So it's a pathological definition. So these two definitions are not practicable in the clinical aspects. Then how to diagnose? I told you earlier, it's very difficult to diagnose. These are the symptoms, some symptoms the patient can have. One is chronic cough, sputum, acute bronchitis, repeated episodes, then dyspnea, then history of exposure to risk factors. Diagnosis should be confirmed by the spirometry. Actually, two parameters we have to concentrate on. One is the forced vital capacity. The other one is forced expiratory volume in the first second. Obviously, they will be reduced. So you can ask me one question. All these are reduced in asthma also. So what is the difference? Only one difference is here the variability. We call it variability. You can reverse the obstruction in asthma, whereas in COPD you cannot reverse it. So that variability part distinguish between asthma and COPD. However, both the symptoms and spirometry should be considered developing when individualized management is necessary for each patient. So it's an inflammatory disorder. So what is the role of this inflammation here? Inflammation it mainly affects the two structures. One is the airway, the other one is parenchyma. You may be knowing what is small airway. It is the bronchioles. Usually they are very silent. If there is bronchiolitis, they won't produce much symptoms. Then another one is the parenchyma. So both these are involved. Due to this airway involvement, you will have this obstruction. Similarly, parenchyma, they are getting attached to these bronchioles. They are, when getting damaged, there is a tendency to get collapsed during exhalation. So there will be air trapping, leading to airflow limitation and air trapping. Spirometrically, we can classify. Gold has given a classification for COPD. One is stage 0, that means there are normal spirometry, one is syndrome. Stage 1 means FEV1 bar, FEC less than 70. But their FEV1 part will be more than 80. Then stage 2, that is moderate COPD. Here FEV1 will be between 30 and 80. Again, they are divided into two parts. One is A and B. Between 50 to 80, that is A. Then 30 to 50, it is B. Then the last stage, that's of course severe COPD. So that means less than 30% FEV1. At this stage, the quality of life will be impaired, and exacerbations may be life-threatening. So, what are the goals of this management? I told you it's a very difficult disease to control. It will progress. We can only treat, but we cannot cure it. So prevent the progression, then relieve the symptoms, improve the exercise tolerance, improve health status, prevent and treat the complications. Then you have to treat the exacerbations and try to reduce the mortality. Then prevent or minimize the side effects from the treatment, because most of the drugs that we are using here, they can have many side effects, especially cardiac. So these are the 4 component management: assess and monitor the disease, reduce the risk factors, manage stable COPD, and manage acute exacerbations. How we can assess and monitor the disease? Take a detailed history, then do spirometry, then bronchodilator reversible testing is very important. Most of the time we do only static test. Inhaled corticosteroid trial. See, COPD is a steroid as well as a beta-2 agonist resistant. They won't dilate. Then take